Welcome, Scorpio and Scorpio cross watchers, to your mini weekly love reading. So I hope you guys, have all had a great weekend. Ooh, me and my ominous noises, eh? So with this here, it's like, it feels like somebody's coming to you with some information. And I feel like you are almost like, hold on for a second. It feels like, not that you're expecting somebody to lie to you, but I definitely feel like you're sitting in an energy of you're keeping your eyes peeled for it. You know what I mean? It feels like you, let me ask you this, Scorpio, do you feel like there's something in the air? A friend of mine says it's like when something's up, but you don't quite know what it is, she'll be like, I think there's a disturbance in the force. It's that kind of that's kind of where I'm seeing you as. And it definitely feels like it's almost like the scales of justice are being weighed and they're finding somebody wanting. And I feel like that really seems to be your expectation. And I feel like you seem to be in an energy where it's like swift and swift justice is going to be doled out. This is actually this is really positive to me. I feel like you're kind of expecting somebody to pull a fast one on you here. And I don't actually feel that that's their intention. I do think that they're hiding something, but it's actually like they're hiding an insecurity, or they're hiding something that they feel bad about when it comes to themselves, rather than they're trying to hide something from you. I actually feel, Scorpio, this person's trying to come in and impress the snot out of you. Okay. I feel like this person's trying to come in. It's like they may feel like they're not good enough for you. And I feel like that seems to be translating into like, something's up. You can feel something is off. It's like they seem to be, it's that energy where like somebody will say something to you and sort of like laugh but they're paying a little too much attention to your reaction, but it doesn't feel like this person's pulling a fast one. I think, whatever, if they were pulling a fast one, it's like they think they're going to bamboozle you into being in a relationship with someone that's, isn't as good as you. And I do feel, to a certain extent, this might not resonate for everybody. I feel like this person might have actually more resources or more money or something more than you have. But they still feel like it's not going to be enough to impress you. And it's not, this person thinks you're materialistic or anything. That's about their insecurity, not about anything that you've done, right? And I just feel like you're so defensive towards them. Listen, maybe there's a history between the two of you, but I do feel bad for this person because they really just want you to, they're just kind of hoping that what they're going to come in and say or do for you is going to be enough. So we have the moon here and then the Empress. Excuse me. So the Emperor is actually the person that's sitting in this chariot here, right? All major arcana, like, for the love of God, Scorpio, what is going on? I feel like there are some big shifts happening, but it doesn't feel like the 3D fallout or the 3D ripples. I don't know. I want to say consequences, but it doesn't mean that they're bad, right? It's just the results of the changes that are happening this week. I feel like it's kind of a big deal. I'm not saying that. I feel like that's making you more, if you are obstinate, it's making you more obstinate that like you're going to defend yourself. And believe me, Scorpio, I'm not going to tell you not to defend yourself. It does feel like this person's worst fear is that you're not going to see how much they care for you. I feel, to a certain extent, it's like this person, getting some really heavy Cancer energy. I feel like this person seems to, it's like they think they're coming in, almost like parading. And I actually feel like they're a lot more demure than they feel they are. It's one of those people where it's like they think they're coming across as super obvious, but they're not. And I feel like that might be part of the disparity here between the energy of you two. It's like this person seems to, for example, if you feel like they're kind of expecting a certain thing, or they seem to have some sort of, it's like you might know that they have an expectation, but because they're not communicating what's really going on here, you're kind of, suspicious about it. You know what, let's pull a clarifier for this guy. Not that this person is a guy, I'm saying that. I say guy about inanimate objects sometimes, so I'm not trying to assign a gender or, exclude anybody. Okay. All right. Well, that actually kind of seems to, hold on for a second. Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like this chariot person here, I feel like they were this King of Wands in the past. And I feel like they seem to have made a decision that like they're just gonna go for it. They're just gonna grab life by the balls here and go for it. And I feel like to a certain extent, it's like they might be shaking, but they made a decision that they're gonna go in and do this, and they're gonna go in and do it. And it's like their first, I want to say like. It may not actually be, right? But it's the energetics of it. It's like their first foray into doing what they're going to do here. So it's their first time in an Emperor energy doing what they're going to do. And I feel like that's made them, it's like they might be insecure about how they're doing it. I feel like you might notice, it's like it might feel either stagnant or inconsistent. Not that this person necessarily has an inconsistent vibe towards you. It just seems like what they want. It's like they seem really bold about it one day, and the next day it's like radio silence. And I feel like that's this person. It's like when they feel they've come on too strong, I feel like there's somebody that they kind of touch base with. I feel like that person, maybe to a certain extent in the past, that person had to really build your person up. But I feel like now all they need to do is remind your person like, no. You got this. You've done this before. It's like they have someone that is a really good cheerleader for them, but they don't need a cheerleader anymore. It's like they just need reminders. So I think we're going to get just a clarifier. Maybe this is me being nosy, but sometimes this moon card drives me a little bit crazy because it's like I'm asking for answers. And this always seems to mean to me that like, we're not going to tell you. So, hold on for a second. So I do want to say, I think the connection here has a lot of potential. I actually feel that this person could be more like you than you are. If that's a sentence. It's almost like being around you, someone who isn't afraid to be who they are, any Scorpio, and you can think what you like. I know I'm stereotyping you guys here, but when you folks want something, good luck to the person that tries to get between you and it, right? Or you and the person, or whatever it is that you're going after. And I feel like there's something so liberating about being with you that it's like this person, when they are around you and they allow that part of themselves that's really bold and really confident to come out, it's almost like, if you're howling at the moon and they've never really done it, it's like howling at the moon with you. They're going to howl louder because it's been held up for so long. Sorry, I think someone's at my door. One moment. Sorry about that, Scorpio. So, we're going to get a clarifier on this moon card. What does Scorpio need to know? What will help to liberate Scorpio? Okay. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. All right. Let's just going to make sure you guys can see everything. Okay. I'm not telling you what to do. I mean, you're going to make your own choice anyway. I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing in the cards, and please, obviously, make your own decision. I feel to a certain extent, obviously, you're very defensive towards this person. That's been made pretty clear. I do feel, though, that if you allow, listen, if this person doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt, then don't give that to them. It does feel, though, that the energy that this person is coming in with is a genuine one. And I feel like there's a message here that this may be something that you actually want to work on if you give them a chance. I feel like, hold on for a second. I feel like you do see the honesty in their eyes. You'll see the authenticity there. And I feel like this is what I'm feeling that you'll do. Obviously, make your own choice depending on the situation, right? I feel like what ends up happening is that you do see something in this person and you're looking at them like, oh, you know what? All right, but I'm keeping an eye on you. It's that kind of an energy. And I feel like it's actually going to, I feel like they do seem to have to earn the right to be in this with you. And that's not to say that, you're being a snob or anything. It's just, you're not letting anybody in that hasn't shown you that they deserve to be in, right? And I do feel to a certain extent that that if you give this person a little bit of time, that they actually will probably overcome this Nine of Swords energy. It's a little bit of like, I almost want to say like you've been a lamb before, if that makes sense. Or not a lamb, but like, I think you really see something in this person, man. I really do. Yep. I think you see a very different energy in them. But I feel like you're actually being really smart about it. There's the Fool at the bottom of the deck. You're being really smart about it. It's like you see something in this person, but you're not just going to run headlong into something that hasn't been solidified, right? So it's like you see that this is a good opportunity, that it's likely, choosing my words carefully, it's likely it's not going to come around and, pull the rug out from underneath you. But because you're being smart about it, you're hopeful, but the jury's still out. So, I feel like through this whole thing, regardless of what happens with this person, I really do think they're going to grow on you. I feel like the trust that you have in yourself after all is said and done is going to be like, mwah, I wish we could all have that. So, nobody cares what I think, but that's what I said. Anyway, Scorpio, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope if the reading resonated that it was helpful. I do have a new kind of read coming out next week. So if you like it, if you don't, please let me know in the comments if you want to. I'd love to get your feedback, and I hope you have a great week. Much love. Bye.